what was I talking about?
We moved on from Little Black T-Shirt.
Okay, well, they sang Kindred Spirits, and it says here on the program it's supposed to be Emmett and Daniel. No, Emmett sang it. And it was good, gorgeous, amazing, as usual. Cats in the Cradle by George.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
So, that's my husband's favorite song, and he used to sing it to me all the time. And it was just very well, like, perfect for George to sing it, to remember to always, like, be present for his kids. And for everyone to remember to be present in their lives. It was really, really, really beautiful.
Oh, yeah. You Got a Friend in Me, we saw. Did we already talk about that?
We talked about that. It was adorable.
Adorable. Friends in Low Places.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take whatever. Okay, so I guess that's a few of them that we don't have on this list. Whiskey in the Jar. Amazing. He threw his pick into the audience, which I know happened to the last one. I don't remember if we talked about it after, but he threw his pick.
People up front, though, that probably would have gotten that.
Yeah, but he threw his pick into the audience, which was exciting. And then it says we're supposed to see This Is the Moment by Emmett, but we did not hear that, which I was sad because that was an amazing song that Emmett sang in the last concert. And then I don't remember what Dooley Man is or whatever, but we did get 7 Drunken Nights, which I was super excited about. Like,
she warned me. She's like, the best song ever is coming up.
I was like, I watched, and everybody was coming back from another song. Maybe it was Dooley Man, I don't know. They were all coming back, and I was like, okay, I see everybody on stage except Daniel, and so I
it was like the second, I think.
Yeah, it was the second one in a row, and so I leaned over to her and I go, I don't know if they're going to sing this song, but if it is, it's going to be the greatest thing in the world. And I sat there like this, and then they all got into position, and I was like, oh my God, I squeaked, I'm pretty sure.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
And Paige was trying to tell everybody to stop clapping during the verse so they could listen.
It's like, shh. Okay. But I freaked out and squeaked, and we all clapped, and it was fun. And then, yeah, and then there was the instrumental piece, which
was beautiful.
Do you have anything else to say about that? I mean,
yeah, I'm in love with their musicians, especially the dude that plays everything.
Yeah,
and of course they're he probably does it every time the drum player like twirls the sticks and
they all do that no matter what drum player it is. But Declan was not there. I don't know if we mentioned that in the last concert, or I don't remember if he was there in the last concert, but there was no Declan in this concert. I was like, no. Anyway, so after that, Ireland's Call, amazing. We all stood up, we danced, but there was not very...
people did not have a problem with the standing up, but nobody did the dance.
I know, well that's good.
No, we knew it.
True fans, but there was no room to do the dance. Like I was.
I had one arm.
I was like, together. Like.
I did it with one arm. Yeah. Donk.
Oh, don't hit your head. So, let's see. So I think that was it for the concert, and then once it ended, I was like, run.
So much for having to go to the bathroom.
Run.
Here's the problem. There was absolutely no way for us to tell where they were coming out because there were no
barricades
nothing.
This time.
So we ended up just standing at the corner until we saw people gathering by the stage, just entrance, and they go over there and stand over there until people came out.
And so no barricades, and I was really worried that they would not sign anything because there were no barricades. We were all just a mass of people. Like,
and then we got even more scared when they hurried Daniel out with a security guard, stuck him on the bus, and then came back.
Yeah.
And there was nothing.
Poor Daniel. He was like, I saw him for like this much time. It's like, Sam.
Yeah, he was so short. They could have just covered him. Yeah, and then Keith comes out and like goes to the bus and shuts the door, and we're like, we're like, oh, and so, but he came back out, and like I said, I think he was sick because he yelled at everyone to move.
He yelled, and he was very short. He was not very. He did not seem like a.
I told you to get out of the way already.
Yeah, I told you guys to get out of the way. Like crazy.
Like maybe if we could understand what you were saying, it would help.
So anyway, so I brought him my thing to sign, and he goes, I signed it already. He sounded like so desperate. He was like, I signed it already. Don't make me sign it again. And I was like, yeah, you signed it in Arizona. Can you sign it for New York? And so he signed it, whatever, and then took a picture with me. And I think in that picture he looks like, Lord, please save me. Get me out of here.
And the funny thing is, she got the first picture with him, too.
Yeah, like...
I think we're... I 5th or 6th to get our thing signed from him.
There was just so many people, and I think he was overwhelmed because he was the first one out, like, just, you know, because we were all of our attention was on him.
There's only like 50 or 60 people, but every single person there wanted him then.
Right. So, so then, let's see, who came out next? Neil, that's right. Neil came out next. So,
see, now I know their names.
Good job.
Thank you.
Oh, I should give my card.
So Neil came out, and Neil is apparently the sweetest person alive.
He is, well, we knew this already.
We had to, like, cut across the entire crowd to like, get over there.
Because half of the people were still trying to get to Keith, so that worked out in her favor. But,
yeah, and Paige is like a monster in crowd. She just sort of sneaks her little slithery, skinny body through and leaves a trail. Ooh. I was like, I can't do that.
That was the person. So, hopefully nothing fell out, but... so I give my book to Neil, and I said, this time I prefaced it with, I know you already signed it in Arizona, but can you sign it again? So he's like, okay. So he's like trying to figure out where to sign it.
Oh, he wrote love. Did you see that? He did that?
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so hang on, we gotta be showing this at the time. So here's Keith. First signature. Second signature. Up close. Hi, pretty.
Okay, he is pretty.
Yeah, he is. I know you. Don't believe me. Okay, so here's Neil. Neil didn't write love.
Oh, it wasn't Neil?
No. It was, you know what? I think Emmett was second, but it doesn't matter. So Neil,
Emmett was second.
So here's signature 1, and here's signature 2. Kind of all crazy and weird.
It's big.
Yeah, it's big.
He apparently doesn't want you to read
it. Thank you so much.
Hang it off. Thank you.
And so after he signed it, he looks at me, holds the phone.
I like to say that we were actually, like, talking to him, and he actually was interested in talking to us. And so she's wearing her hat.
And he said...
In his cute little accent. Remember the accent, always the accent.
He said, I like your hat. And I said...
And then Paige passed out.
No. No. Then I said, thanks, I made it. And he goes, really? Like, you know, like, all interested. You like the hat that I made with my own 2 hands?
And of course, I took the hat off that I made.
Yeah, you missed out.
I
did. He was wearing it. I think it was because he was wearing a hat, a little beanie hat with little...
He was wearing a Notre Dame.
Right. So, anyway... It was amazing.
Which, of course, when he came out and people saw him in that, people started screaming.
So let's go to Emmett, because Emmett was actually second.
Whoops. I just remembered where we ended up getting pushed.
So, Emmett,
otherwise known as Mr. Howdy Pants that doesn't photograph well.
Yeah, so he didn't know where to sign it, because here's his first signature, right here. And I was like, well, he was going to go sign it over. I'm like, well, you can sign it here.
Oh, he wrote the love one.
Yeah, so he wrote love Emmett the second time, and...
the light sucks. Can you tilt it down? There you go.
Better?
Hello, beautiful.
So it was amazing.
I just don't understand how he photographs that badly and be as gorgeous as he is.
He's so hot.
And also, he's really nice, and we have a photograph with both of us with him.
Yes, he's very
I wanted a picture with him and with George.
So, Ryan was next.
I'd like to say during all of this, while trying to get to Ryan, that, what's-his-face was all pushed up against us in the crowd.
Oh, yes, Neil was.
Yeah, Neil was talking to people and trying to get through, and just, yeah, that was an interesting experience. So we just kind of were like,
okay, well, that's fine.
I'm sorry, I think I felt up your best friend.
No biggie. No biggie, we'll stand here. So then we got to Ryan, and I said, I know you already signed it in Arizona, but will you sign it again? And he goes, sure.
Another love. Hello, Ryan.
That's the second one. This is the first one.
He is such a sweetie, too.
And then I said, after he signed it, I said, and I have to say, thank you again for wearing the tiny black t-shirt. And tell him what he said after that.
He said, well, you'll have to talk to the wardrobe people about it.
And then we took the picture, and I looked at him, and I said, do you remember me? And he goes, yeah. He might have been lying. I'm pretty sure he probably was, but oh my gosh. If not, he remembered me.
I thanked him for the adorable vest he wore after the tiny black t-shirt.
Yeah, the vest was cute. So
it was very nice.
So then we finally got to George.
George came out like last.
Yeah.
And got mobbed across the crowd from us. We were like, will we ever get over there? And then there was this, you can speak about her, because I want to strangle her from...
Oh, that girl? Well, let's talk about George first. And then
okay, well, let's just say she stole 90% of our time with George.
Oh my gosh.
And she wouldn't stop touching him.
I guess we'll address her now. She was this like teenager with like
15, dressed like a 25-year-old.
Yeah, super. Wasn't she the one with a short skirt, like super short, like an
incredibly
longer than her
short
coat?
Skirt, white wool coat, white fluffy wool boot, or like lambskin, expensive boots,
and then
expensive
she was with
makeup.
Her mother, who totally looks like kind of mother who would have a teenager like that. She was plastic surgery up, all like, and
so made up.
Anyway, she was totally monopolizing.
Yes,
George. And
touching him and
it was
rubbing on him and smiling and flirting with him. It was creepy.
It was creepy. I was like,
unless it's your father. Wait, even if it is your father. No. Not appropriate.
Anyway, so I go over to George and I said, he's the only signature I didn't get the last time except for Daniel, because, you know, he's too little. They were not putting him in that crowd. Like, he would have been freaking
crushed.
So
crushed by
I said to George, I said, I was upset because you didn't sign it in Arizona, so I had to come over all the way here to get your signature. And he goes, how far is that? And I go,
2,000 miles.
2,000 miles. But,
I think he believed her.
Well, it is 2,000 miles, and I did go that far, so...
That's hilarious. And he was definitely signing everything and taking pictures. We got a picture with him.
Super
He's
nice.
such a sweetheart, and he smells really good, too, which is a strange observation, but...
Yeah, when he was holding us when we were taking that picture, he was like...
big and warm.
Squeezing. Oh, so sweet. And that was exciting, because I've never had a picture with George before, because usually he doesn't take them.
This was a special crowd. So, it's not normal that in crowds like this, the security officers are... Okay, she can have the camera. The security officers in this case provided two things, maybe three. One, they protected the bus from people trying to get on it. Two, they told us when George had to leave. And three, and most importantly of all, they held all of George's presents. Because I swear 99.9% of the ladies that were there to give George presents. And George, like, knew half of them by name. Like, oh, hi, it's wonderful to see you. Cutest sexist ever, and I love bald men.
About the security guards, too, these weren't, like uniformed police people.
They were the ushers, I think, with security coats on. That's it.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they were the same people that let us in the front.
I just thought it was so weird that there were no barricades or anything. I was like, what is going on here? Like, I didn't know where to stand.
Well, that's why Keith was getting mad, because we were standing against their bus, more or less, and he was getting mad because he was afraid that people were going to get injured and crushed.
I mean,
like, you guys need to step back.
They really should have put barricades up. I think it would have been a much more pleasant experience. I know for Keith. I mean, Keith was stressing out. But
he couldn't get his luggage on the damn bus.
I know, because there were too many people.
Everybody else just took their luggage on the bus, and after we got kicked out, probably is going back to put it under the bus. But, I mean, it was... They really mingled, and they were polite, and everybody got a chance, and we didn't have to wait very long, and people weren't too bad at all.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. They came out, like, super quick. Like
10 minutes, maybe?
Like, yeah, it must have been 10 minutes. Like, normally we wait for half hour, 40 minutes, like, nope, and we're not done until, you know, an hour after the concert ends. No, we were done.
They were out there in 10 minutes, and they were out there for half an hour at least.
Yeah, and then... It was done, and it was just really quick, but I guess they have to be in
New Jersey
for a concert at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, so they've got a pretty short night, so, but like I said, they had a day in Syracuse yesterday, so okay, so final thoughts. What did you think? First Celtic Thunder concert ever.
A wonderful time. I love the energy. But most of all, I love that we went outside, we got to meet all of them, and they are real, genuine, really nice guys that are not, like, blown away by the fact that they're famous. Like, they don't act like that. They still act like they're completely wowed by the fact that all of these people want to hear them sing and like them. And it's really nice.
I enjoyed it, and oh my god, their accents are so cute.